In this video, we're going to demonstrate how to add smoke fluid to an N-scale locomotive that is equipped with a smoke unit, and we're going to be using the syringe. So the first thing you need to do is remove the protective tip. It says discard after use. Ignore that. Do not discard it after use. The reservoir in the Reading T1 here holds about 0.3 milliliters. So there's 0.5, you're going to go a little bit less than that. We like to use the Marklin 02421 smoke fluid. So what I'm going to do is insert the tip of the needle down into the fluid and pull the plunger out, and then we will push some of that back in till we're just below 0.5. Some of that is air. You're going to have air bubbles trapped in there. The way we deal with that is to get a cloth, put the tip of the needle like so on the cloth and point it vertical, and then just slowly push the air out. And when you see the bubbles come out and the fluid start to saturate your cloth, then you know you're probably good to go, good to add. So what you want to do next is put the needle just next to the tip of this stem in the middle of your smokestack. So we're going to put the needle on the side of it all the way down into the bottom of the reservoir, and then slowly depress the plunger. It's important you don't go too fast because it can come up and out of the stack and overfill onto the boiler shell basically. So I'm depressing very slowly, as slow as I can. And it's important to note also, our big boy has two stacks, so the air can escape from one while you're adding fluid to the other. The Reading T1, the air and the fluid have to go in and out of the same stack. So now we've added our smoke fluid. The next thing you want to do is just dab the tip of the stack in case there's any fluid that's going to be blocking the smoke from coming out. And you can also blow quickly down the center of the stack, just like you would blow out a candle. So a quick forceful puff of air down the stack should clear out any air bubbles that might be trapped in there, preventing smoke from coming out. So next we're going to go to the rails and show how to turn the smoke on and off, how to set the CVs for your smoke unit. And before we place the locomotive on the rails, it's important to note that the on-off switch for the smoke unit on the Reading T1 is on the bottom of the tender. So you want to make sure that that's in the on position before placing it on the rails. So here we are on the rails. We have a full smoke fluid reservoir using the syringe. It's important to note that you should never put the tip of the metal syringe into the reservoir while on the rails. So don't fill your smoke fluid on live rails or on the track. Make sure your on-off switch is in the on position, of course. And we're going to talk about CV218 for a minute. CV218 determines how long the smoke unit stays on before automatically shutting off. By default, right out of the box, CV218 is equal to 30. Each value that goes into CV218 will give you 2 seconds of smoke on. So right out of the box, if CV218 is set to 30, that'll give you 60 seconds of smoke on. If you increase 218 to 60, it'll give you 120 seconds of smoke on. So I'm going to throttle up and down real quick to wake the locomotive up. And then F7 needs to be pressed in order to turn the smoke generator on, and give it about 5 to 10 seconds at the most before it'll start producing smoke. And then of course it will toggle off with F7 as well. I recommend that you run the smoke fluid out completely. In other words, let it burn out of the reservoir, let it burn off before you ever need to package the locomotive up or lay it on its side in the cradle. This will prevent smoke fluid from leaking out and getting all over the shell of your model.